He might have went just right through there. Hey, Spells, what are you doing?
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to the World on Fire. I'm Jeff Stanfield. 3, 2, 1, boom! With Andy Shaver, the world famous Andy Shaver. Sponsored to you by Stanfield Hunting Outfitters. If you're looking for a deer hunt, I got some deer hunts available. Should have a great year. It's been a wet season. So if you're wanting to shoot 130 to 150 inch Texas whitetail deer, please holler at me. What's going on, Andy?
I really was hoping when Trump got in office, I kind of thought that this series would fade away.
No, there's more shit going on. You don't like doing World on Fires?
No, I just like...
Thought the world get more as normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not.
Yeah. Now I just saw that we just gave Ukraine another $500 million.
We gave them money or we sold them? We sold weapons to the United Nations. Is what I had read earlier today. I'm not saying we didn't. If we did, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Let me see.
I read last night we sold 500. We sold.
Senate panel approves $500 million in aid for Ukraine and defense bill.
That pisses me off if we're giving them $500 million.
Full stop. I don't know what that entails.
I had read that we were selling them almost $1 billion in stuff, which means the United States government's not getting that. Fucking, we're paying more of the lobbyists and the senators and all that shit that's involved with all these weapons manufacturing companies.
Right. I
have a problem with this. Major problem. I don't have a problem with us selling it to them.
Right.
But if we're giving them something, I have an issue to them. I really have a problem with that. I like Donald Trump a lot, and I stand with him. I think he's the best president we've ever had. But this Epstein deal is going to be a pimple on his ass, or a big-ass boil that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger until they do something about it. People ain't going away. And for them to say people don't care, we do care. I care a lot about that. That's the shit I voted for. I voted for us to shut our border down, and we've done exactly that. I voted to put tariffs on stuff. I voted for that. I voted for us to ship out illegals. I voted for that. I voted to have the Epstein list out.
We'll circle back to the illegals real quick. Like, I kind of thought it would be the criminals at first.
That would be the preference for me too. I don't have a problem with Jose that come over with his family and work somewhere and don't get in trouble.
Like, but now they're going to like restaurants and hotel. I understand that, but like I thought we were gonna.
You can't cherry pick the law though.
Get the bad ones first.
This is like being in court where someone gets a ticket and they come to me and say, "Well, my neighbor speeds all the time. Why don't you get a ticket?" Well,
yeah. Did
you speed? Well, yeah. Well, that don't have nothing to do with him. I don't understand why he didn't get a ticket either. But you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't cherry pick what's legal and illegal.
I agree. I agree with that. But whenever we talked to Logan and Rebel, it was like it was still a little bit in the fog about who was going to get got, and we were all kind of like, go after the gangsters and the rapists and the murderers, and let's get them out of our country. But now it's just like they're going after the easy ones.
I think the easy cherry-picked ones are just getting sent back. That's
what I mean. It's usually the ones that are like you're made at your hotel.
Well, those are ending up at the Alcatraz. The ones that are bad are ending up in Alcatraz Alley or whatever it's called.
They got to wait for the flooding to go
and there's going to open up 5 more of those. And I'm good with that. I really am. I'm good with 100% of that.
I'm not.
You don't?
Send them back. Don't keep them here on our dime.
They're going to try to come back. Oh, no. I think if you go to Alligator Alcatraz, they're going to fly you back. But I think when you get processed.
It's not a long-term stay?
No, I think when you get processed and you're
it's just a holding facility.
Basically.
Right. I'm fine with that.
I think. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's it. We're not planning on keeping them there forever.
I don't want to arrest a whole bunch of illegal aliens and then move them to Alcatraz Island and then keep them there indefinitely. No, then we're paying for it.
I think if you've had some violent crimes or something like that, that's where you go.
Forever?
No, until you get processed and sent back. I think if you're there and you get convicted of doing like a rape or something, you get sent. You're staying there for a while till your sentence is out. Because why would you convict a guy of rape in America and then send him back to Venezuela? He's going to fucking come back anyways.
Well, it's the same with that lady that killed on the jet skis a month or two ago.
Yes, same thing.
You're going to extradite her, and she's just going to go live a normal life, or do you want her to serve her time here in America? Like, what do you want?
Well, she killed a lady, so they had to put her to sleep. So what they ought to do?
Well, they're not going to.
Nope. And you're right, but that's what they should do.
Okay, the Senate Armed Service Committee has approved $500 million in security assistance for Ukraine as part of its draft language for its fiscal year 2026 National Defense Authorization Act, which also restricts A-10 aircraft's retirements. The National Defense Authorization Act is an annual policy bill that authorizes funding levels and provides authorities from the United States military. It ensures that the American forces have necessary resources to carry out their mission and is closely watched by weapons makers like Lockheed Martin and Boeing.
Yeah, who's getting paid for it.
The NDAA passed by the Senate Armed Service Committee with a vote 26-1 on July 9th, 2025, includes a provision to extend the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative through 2025, increasing authorized funding to $500 million from $500 million. Oh, no, excuse me. They're getting a pay raise. They're getting an extra $200 million. Yeah.
To $500 million.
Going up to $500 million from $300 million. The initiative aims to bolster Ukraine's defense capabilities as it battles Russian forces which invaded in 2022.
Well, Putin has pissed off Trump because he told him if he didn't come by this day, whatever day it was, if you don't have a peace deal on the table and done, then we're going to get involved. And so we're sending $500 million in weapons to Ukraine to aid themselves. I think to prevent whatever it's called, I guess. But I'm tired of that shit over there. I'm sick and tired of it. The only thing I will say, if you want to look on the flip side of that, is we did bring in $77 billion?
No, it's $25 billion, I think.
That we brung in tariffs. It's the first time in forever that we had a
surplus. It was $100 billion, but I don't know what is gross and what's net. You know what I mean?
Yep. So we're making some money back on that deal.
Surplus was approximately $27 billion.
Okay.
This is not what we voted for, though.
No,
we were gonna like. I mean, it's easy to say, well, he did this, so we're just gonna forget that. It's like, no.
Yeah, I didn't vote for any Ukraine shit.
We were gonna pull out of that. We were gonna have a deal done in a day. Remember, like, where'd all that talk go? Well, and now it's just.
I'm not making excuses for this administration on this.
Here's another $500 million.
No, we didn't give them. Before we was getting them checks, we was giving them money and aid. Now we're just giving them some weapons, which is the same thing we'd have given to the UN or to anybody else. So my issues with that is not as much with that as it was if we was giving them cash. But I'm tired of it. I don't understand why we give a damn thing to Ukraine. I don't understand why let them fight their freaking war. It's not our war. What happened in Iran turned out. Do you agree with that though?
What?
Us dropping the bombs in Iran. I think it turned out to be a good deal.
Oh, the bunker busters? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Well, it was a month ago, but
it seems to have worked out until Israel tried to start it all up again.
We need to pull out all that shit. Every bit of it.
We're not going to.
No. I support the Jewish people. I do not support the Israeli government. I think the Israeli government's as crooked as our government is. Mm-hmm. I really do. I believe that. My biggest issue right now with Trump is the Epstein list.
Is it?
Yes. That's my biggest fucking issue.
Why?
I want to know because you've got a lady in jail for 20 years. Mm-hmm. You have a guy that killed himself supposedly, but they didn't do nothing wrong.
No, it's a victimless crime.
So they ought to be out of jail.
She should.
Yeah.
And poor Epstein, you got to feel bad for that guy.
Oh, yeah, he just killed himself for no reason.
Killed himself for no reason.
Yeah. And that's bullshit because they got a list. Now, Laura Trump come out last night and said, we are fixing to release some more of the Epstein stuff. Quit dicking with us. That's what I'm sick and tired of that shit. Quit dicking with us. Either release the whole list or don't do shit with it. I know that you want to know what my heart's telling me is going on here?
I bet it's going to be pro-Trump.
It is pro-Trump, but it's not. I'm not pro-Trump on this, but this is what I think's happening. I
bet you're looking through it with glass-colored lenses.
Probably so.
Okay, let's hear it.
All of a sudden, the Supreme Court is siding with him on everything.
What'd they side with him on?
Bet 8-1 on every issue he's had in the last 2 weeks. Everything he's won. Cutting off financial aid, cutting jobs at the federal government. Everything he's done, he's won in the last 2 weeks. The big, beautiful bill passed.
Oh, boy, we'll get into that, too.
Shouldn't have passed, but it passed. Everybody that was a naysayer on him went with him. So
it's got everything in there that the Democrats want. You're going to increase the national debt.
It's not everything the Democrats want. It's a shitty bill on a lot of sides.
it's a very shitty bill.
There are some really good.
I don't know why he fought to get this bill passed.
I think there's some things in there that's really good, though.
Okay,
because it's going to give him a lot more clarity. And it's going to give him a lot more direction on what he can do. But it's like every government bill. It's all pork. Every one of them is pork fed.
Yep.
But everything he wants to do is getting done now, and I think he's got fucking leverage on these people because I think there's some people on that list that he owns. Now, Hakeem Jeffries did come out last night or this morning and said he wants to know why the Epstein list's out there. First time ever I'm with the Democrats in forever. I want the list to come out too. I want to know who's on that list that's a politician that's making decisions in our world. I want to know if you're buying 13 and 14-year-old girls, I want you to go put down. I don't want this shit. I don't give a shit if you sleep with a girl that's 18 years old. That's legal.
I just don't know how you flip-flop so much.
Me?
No. I don't know how this administration is going to handle the flip-flop. Going from campaigning on, we're going to release the Epstein list, we're going to release it, and then there's no list.
Yeah, I agree with you.
There's zero list. There's not a list. It's never existed. Everything we ever said was wrong. I just don't know how you walk it back from there's no list. It does not exist. End of story. And then you watch the fucking Trump handled this terribly.
Oh, and yes, he did.
He's been the one that has been pounding his chest about this Epstein list and full transparency, and we're going to release it to the world. And then there is no list, and then a reporter says, President Trump, like, what has happened to your campaign promises? We're still talking about this fucking list. This is what we're doing. We've got all this stuff going on, and this is how you journalists decide to approach me, is about this creep, this Epstein guy. You've been the one for 4 years.
That's why I think
you've been the one since longer than that. I think 2016 is when we first started. When he beat Hillary because he had to put Bill Clinton on the Epstein plane.
I'm with you. I told you when it started this, the Epstein's bit. My biggest issue I have with them right now is this. But all I can figure out is they're using. But I don't know how you're going to come back and say, yeah, we did lie to you. We've got a list, and here it is. If he come out and said, no, I don't know. I was going to say, if he come out and said we were using that list to get leverage on people, it'd be like, I understand that. That's all I can figure out. But I just don't know how bad optics. Because now it's like, okay, you lied about that. You lied about the Epstein list not existing. Now you're telling us it does exist, and here it is. Thank you for releasing it. Like, what else are you not being transparent about? I just don't know how you walk it back. No. Some reason John Roberts all of a sudden has been everything Trump, and that's just really weird. It's just crazy the dynamics of the people that have went with him that 2 months ago would have never done that. And I don't know if they got a list and they went with these people and said, hey, look, your name's on this thing right here. And if we don't get what we want, we're going to release it. They're all fucking crooked. They know that their name's on the list. Of course they exists, do. Which, according to this administration, it doesn't exist. It exists. And I hope that Ghislaine Maxwell, I hope she sees freedom. I really do. Now. She didn't do anything. And she's supposed to go to Congress. They're wanting a special counsel. Well, she's wanting to go to Congress, and one side's trying to block her from going there. Why would you want to block it? Which side? I think the Republicans are wanting to block it. Here's my take on it. And you're not going to like it. I told you months ago there would be zero accountability from the Epstein list. I told you nobody would get prosecuted. I told you that. You've been right so far.
I know this administration says it doesn't exist, but we're going to pretend that it does.
It does exist.
We're going to pretend that it does. Trump says it doesn't. I believe...
I've never heard him say it doesn't exist.
He says Pam Bondi. Believe what Pam Bondi says. She knows what she's doing.
Knows what she's doing and not believe it doesn't have a list. It's two different things.
Anyway.
I'm not defending him. I'm against him on this.
The Trump administration says it doesn't exist. I think that the names on the list are too big to release.
I think you're right.
I think that if this list does exist and it was released, the world that we have today would cease to exist. I believe that it would be monumental. I believe it would be groundbreaking, and I believe it would be the end of nations.
What name is that big? Pick a name.
It's a collection.
Pick one name that you think.
It's a collection
but
of
pick
names. I think that it is the world's most, if it exists, it is the world's most powerful people, and I believe that there would be an uprising.
Name one person on that you would consider one of the world's most.
All of them. It would just shake the foundation of what this is built upon.
Well, I think it's both Democrat and Republicans.
100%. I think it's everybody.
But who do you think on that? You said name someone that you think like
everybody that
Barack Obama.
Everybody that you've looked up to, and they are so powerful that they can keep that list suppressed.
That part I agree with you on, but I want to know who's powerful. It's going to change the world. If you found out Barack Obama and George Bush and Donald Trump and King Charles were on that list, what would that change?
Not me personally, but you got to worry about all the other minions that are keeping this cog rolling. I think that they're so scared that if this list came out, it would be the end of civilization globally, not just here. Globally.
I think we would survive whoever's on that list. We'd round them up.
I think there would be uprisings.
But why would you uprise? For someone's name be on there for screwing kids? I mean,
these are the people that we elected into running our country. These are the people that we have idolized. And I think that these people, as a conglomerate, have enough power. These are the most powerful people in the world, Jeff.
I think that the problem is
these are big fish in big ponds.
These people think they're bigger than the law, though, and they're not. If we would do
bullshit.
We would survive.
That's bullshit.
We would survive.
That's bullshit. Okay, they are bigger than the law.
Who on that list, if we took them out, is going to change our world?
Everybody on that list.
Name one. You haven't named one yet. Name a person.
All of them.
Name one.
All of them.
Okay, name one
Just
then.
Whoever you think is on that
list.
list.
Barack Obama.
Sure.
Okay, let's say Barack Obama and we arrest him.
It's not going to affect me at all, but it could affect other people. And all it takes is that match right now.
See, I don't.
I think we've got gasoline on this entire world and this entire nation, and it's just looking for a spark.
So who's going to get mad if Barack Obama is on that list? Or Donald Trump? We'll say both of them.
The 75 million people that voted for him. Well, because then the other side's going to call foul and be like, no, it doesn't exist. You told us it doesn't exist. Now you're just trying to tarnish this man's legacy.
Let's say
this is a smear campaign now.
Let's say we take the last 4 presidents and we put them all on that list.
I'm not going to. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if this list ever comes out. I really don't. It's not going to affect my life one way or the other.
But if we took the 4
and I don't understand why so many people are wanting this thing to come out. It's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect my day-to-day life. I don't give a fuck. They're above the law. And if anybody thinks that they're not, is a fucking fool.
If we would
Money talks and bullshit takes the bus. And that has been evident time and time again in this nation and everywhere else.
Well, part of what you're saying is true. But
all of what I'm saying is true.
If you took the top 4 people on that list that you think are the most powerful people in the world and you arrested them for being pedophiles, I don't think you're going to have uprising. I don't know. Barack Obama, I'm just using him because he's still the most popular Democrat in the world.
Sure.
Okay. And we'll say Donald Trump because he's the most popular Republican. So that's the two in the United States. And you arrest both of them with the same exact charges. I'm going to be awful disappointed in Trump. But I'm not going to go fucking uprise.
You're going to have the people that are with him through and through to the end that are going to say that this list is phony, it's fake, you told us it wasn't real, and now all of a sudden his name is on it. And you're going to have people that are ride or die for him that are going to go do something crazy. And then you're going to have another side of him that are going to go do something crazy because he's on the list.
I don't think so. But anyways, I wish they would bring the list out. I don't have much faith in it.
I don't care if it does.
I know. And you've told me that, and you've told me before you don't think it's there.
What's it going to change in your day-to-day life? That's the thing.
It's not
in
going
your
to change.
day-to-day life, and you selling hunts and you doing podcasts and everything else. What is it going to change? What is it going to make better? What is it going to make worse? Not a fucking thing.
Give us a lot more talking points.
But that's it, and that's why people want it released, is because it's a drama, it's a soap opera, and the common guy wants to feel like the system is fair and that it doesn't cater to the rich and the powerful when it does. That's the only reason. It's the drama of it all. We don't give a fuck if it's released or not. Like, it's not. We know it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change what's been done to these poor kids. It's not going to bring a single person back. But it is going to make us feel a little bit better because we're hoping that it's going to cut the rich and the powerful at the knees. That's it. You don't want justice for the victims. You just want to see the rich and powerful get knocked down to their knees.
That is very true. That is very true.
That's it. It's a drama. It's a soap opera. It makes the little guy feel better. You don't care. You don't care about the victims. What are you going to do for the victims? What are you going to do? It's not going to bring any closure to them.
Do you think there's an Epstein going on right now? Another one?
I'm sure that there's blackmail all over the world. The question is, who was he working for? If this list exists.
The Israelis.
Think it was all just a big blackmail for them?
I think that
they're the little guys, so they've got to get these big...
He was an asset to them.
Get these big names.
Yeah, you control things. You can get people to do what you want.
You get people to come to your aid whenever you pick a fight with Iran.
The Jews that listen to this are probably not going to be happy with what I'm going to say. But I'm not nothing about the Jewish people at all, but their government, like I said earlier, is as crooked as ours. You're talking about a little old country that was brought together in 1948, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they're Jesus's people. Well, I think they've taken it way 2 steps beyond using that to their advantage on a lot of things. I do feel for them being surrounded by Muslim countries, and they've got to protect themselves, and they have every right. And they're good people, and everywhere the Jews are, it's a good, wonderful place. It's clean, it's nice, it's very modernized. It's a good place to be. But I think they use Jesus and Christianity as a weapon for themselves by getting other people to support them just for that reason. There's no other reason for people to stand up and do the things that they've done to support the Jewish community for all this crap to be going on. I got no problem with them with what's going over on Palestine and Gaza and all this other stuff, but it's just ridiculous, all the drama that's over there in the Middle East right now, all the time. And I think that Benny Netanyahu and them whoever hired Epstein years ago, I think they used that so they could basically blackmail other foreign governments to do what they want.
Yeah. Just I'm sick of it all.
Well, I'm tired of it.
I voted for Trump to be America first, and here we are. We're still doing our deal in the Ukraine. Thank God for RFK Jr. That's all I got to say.
Well, he's done a lot of good.
Thank God.
Where the 90, did you see the ice cream?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was going to say. What 90% of ice cream is going to be free of all harmful chemicals.
It's going to be natural, just ice cream.
Yeah, I mean just thank God for him. That was the big thing that I voted on, was trying to get some of this shit out of our system. And there's no reason that a 20-year-old kid should have a lower testosterone rate than his grandfather does. Like, that is something that we are ingesting. That is something. It's not natural. And maybe it's a culmination of the stuff that we're ingesting and the sedentary lifestyle that we have now, but it's unacceptable.
I'm with you 100%. I think it's been great on that. There's been a lot of good things have happened in the last 3 or 4 months. There has been. We have this big, beautiful bill. We'll see how that turns out.
No tax on tips. That's what I want to get into next.
No tax on tips.
No tax on tips.
I listened to, is it Dan Ford, the guy that's on the 5, the Democrat. I like him a lot. He's really got a lot of common sense. And he said yesterday, he goes, no tax on tips for a waitress or something that makes $85,000 a year, whatever it was. He goes, I've got no problem with that. But he goes, how come the school teacher that makes $85,000 has got to pay her tips on her or taxes on her income? Tips. No, not on tips, on income. And he goes, what about the mechanic down the street that works? Why has he got to pay taxes? But if you work in the service industry and you get tips, you don't have to pay them. And I thought, that makes sense.
You should have. Listen, for years, the gig jobs have been getting kicked in the teeth, having to report tips because it's not steady. You don't know if it's coming or not.
But he had a good point though. If we're going to make tax-free stuff, I think if we've got enough, we don't have to have income tax at all.
We need a couple more. We need to make sure these tariffs are going to
under $100,000 shouldn't have to pay any taxes. If you make less than $100,000 a year, you shouldn't have to pay a dime in taxes.
Jeff, that's like 90% of this nation.
Makes what?
Less than 100K.
That's right. And they shouldn't have to pay it. If you make over $1 million, you should pay 10% taxes. If you make $10 million, you should pay 20% tax. If you make over $10 million or $20 million or something, you should pay 25% tax. That's it. Cap it right there.
$25,000 cap. That's all you can write off.
Right.
$25K.
$2,000 a month.
Which for a waitress, that's probably a lot. I
don't think so.
No, I mean it's probably right on point.
Yeah, that's fair. Right.
I'm just thinking about the poor goose guide that I won't max that out. So single filers, it is if you're under 150K, you can write it off. Joint filers, 300K. This must be reported to your employer. So you've got to put it on W-2s now. Guides, waitresses have to go to their employer, say, this is what I've made. It's going on the W-2. I am going to go out on a limb right now, and I'm going to tell people, do not do this.
I wouldn't say nothing.
Do not do this. Do not just do everything like you've been doing. If you get it in cash, just do your thing. Don't do this. This is dumb because it all goes away in 2028.
So you think in 2029 they're going to come back and say, "Well, hold on,
yes.
You made 47,000 in tips every year. Now all of a sudden you don't make tips anymore."
Eligible years, tax years, 2025 to 2028. 2028 it goes away, and if you don't get a Republican in office, you're screwed because you're going to have 4 years.
They'll never repeal this.
You're okay.
I don't think the Democrats will because I don't think they want to go to bat saying we're going to repeal the tax. No, that's
okay.
That base. I'll be surprised if this gets repealed ever.
Okay. I hope you're right.
I think it becomes permanent.
I hope you're right because in 2029, if you've got 4 years of showing all these tips from your employer and it's on your W-2 and you gave this to your employer and he gave you this W-2 to file with your tax person, and now 2029 rolls around and this isn't here anymore, and it ain't gonna take it. Ain't you don't have to be a rocket scientist to be like,
no, I agree.
2028 and 2029 are quite a bit different. What happened?
I got you there. I just don't think that they'll ever repeal that because it will be a bloodbath for whatever party tries to. I don't see where you could come up with that to take it away that would help to benefit yourself to get votes at all.
Why didn't we leave it? Why is it 2028? There had to be a reason.
That's his term in office, I think. I don't know.
So this whole big beautiful bill goes away in 2028.
I'm not an expert on any of that, so I don't know. I haven't read the big beautiful bill. I've just listened to sound bites and just like you're talking right now. But I do know in 2028, a lot of it's coded in where it's a law. A lot of it is. That right there does go to 2028, but all tax breaks and stuff are. I think they're only good for 4 to 6 to 8 years.
Don't do it, people. If you're listening to me and you get tips, don't do it.
But I don't.
I'd wait 3 years.
But I do not think that anyone's going to reverse that. I really don't. I can't imagine the Democrats running for president in 2028.
They're not going to run and say it. It's just going to happen when they get in office.
Why would they be? They wouldn't do that.
They're not going to run and say, "Yeah, that no tax on tips. Yeah, I'm going away with that."
They're going to get asked about that.
It's just going to be, and you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, we're going to look at everything whenever we get in office, and then we'll make the best decision for America.
No, it won't be. They'll have to make a stand on that. That'll be a stand. In 2027, that will be a topic. Will this be the
first time that a politician's lied to us?
No, they do it all the time.
You said that there was going to be no tax on tips, and now you're in office, and you just did away with it. Yeah, we crunched the numbers, and we were just losing a lot of money.
I do not think that will be reversed.
Don't do it, people. I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's a trap.
What else you want to talk about on that?
It's a trap. That's it. That's my warning. It's a trap. 2029 is going to roll around. Be like, huh? Wow. You lost a lot of money.
No, I know where you're coming from.
How did you do that? How are you keeping? You must have good neighbors.
Yeah, they're feeding you.
They're feeding you.
The guy that had the lawn company.
You lost out on $25K. My goodness.
I knew a guy that had a lawn business, and he lived like a king, made really good money, and he claimed like $27,000 a year. And the IRS guy goes, "Well, how do y'all afford to eat in there?" "Oh, we got good neighbors. They bring us food all the time." You know, they couldn't prove nothing, but anyways. Okay.
It's just getting harder and harder to vote. It really is. Thank God he has a good cabinet.
He does have a very good cabinet.
Do you think, I saw yesterday, Bongino is not going to leave.
There's going to be, there's something given there.
Cash is staying.
Yeah, there's something,
which I don't know how good Cash is. I think I've seen a couple videos that he's got a compromised girlfriend.
Let's say that they come out tomorrow and they do something on the Epstein list.
They're not.
Okay, but
let's say they do. Yep.
Okay, let's say you do.
Okay.
Then that's maybe why Dan Bongino stayed. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know that part of the deal. We'll talk about something else though in the government. I talked to a guy. I was in Maine last week, and I talked to a guy that lived in Vermont. He lived 4 miles from the Canadian border, and I asked him. I go, "What it's like?" He goes, "It's getting real snippy." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "The Canadians used to come to our little town and buy stuff all the time." He goes, "They don't come very often. They're big anti-American." And he said, "My friends that have gone over to Canada lately," he goes, "they're really rude to them all of a sudden." And he goes, "It's kind of crazy because," he said, "most of those people think the same way we do." He goes, we're neighbors. We're just got a river or a border between us and a river." And he goes, "We've always gotten along." He goes, "It's really, they are so anti-American right now." And he goes, "I got friends that go up there and go fishing. They won't go fishing now up there. It's getting bad." And that was like the next day, Trump put the 35% tariff on Canada full time. It's because all of our fentanyl's now coming from Canada.
Huh.
The Mexican-American border is down to like 0 crossings.
Yeah.
So all the fentanyl now is being shipped from China into Canada and coming in. And that's the reason a lot of them tariffs are going on.
Yeah.
But he told me, he goes, I told him I was in the waterfowl business, and I know a lot of friends that go up there and hunt and stuff. He goes, they're going to go to a different place than they've been the last couple of years if they can get across.
Right.
And I do agree with that. And there's 6 weeks. There's a lot of changes could happen.
Could. Tinfoil hat time.
Mm-hmm.
Historic flooding in Central Texas, and hearts and minds, thoughts and prayers. Everybody affected. Cloud seeding?
No.
No?
No.
Act of God?
I think so.
This flooded in 1987.
Yeah, and since then there's been 1 million extra people live down there.
Same Guadalupe River washed away, Christian camp.
In 87 it did too.
In 87.
And how many million square feet of concrete are added to that area since 1987, you think?
You think it just funnels it?
Yeah, it's like a city. You know?
I haven't been down there.
We had 18 inches of rain here in your senior year in school.
Yep.
And it got into a couple of buildings here. 18 inches of rain, the same thing they got down there. Now, it's a different geography, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
If we would have had if we'd had concrete all around our town, we would have flooded a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's an act of God. We cloud seeded when I was mayor for about 2 years, and we got out of the drought. And I was very skeptical about cloud seeding. And I asked the guy at the meeting, I said, now, let's say something weird happens and we have a bunch of flooding. Are we responsible for that? Oh, no. I said, well, how can you prove that? Mm-hmm. Well, how can you prove that? It's kind of like the COVID shot. People say, thank God I got the COVID vaccine or I'd be much sicker.
Right.
Well, you don't know that.
Right.
I don't think cloud seeding had anything to do with it. They were in a terrible drought down there. I don't think people realize how bad the lakes. I think Choke Canyon, all them lakes, Lake LBJ and Lake Choke Canyon and stuff, they came up. I think Choke Canyon was like at 20%. I think he's at 60% now. So they had been in a drought for a long time.
I think they still are, actually.
Now, I'm going to put my foot in my mouth right here and probably really, really jinx the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
I don't expect to have any hurricanes this year. And I know they're already talking about a tropical, because the temperature in the Gulf is low right now because all the water.
There's your drought map.
Okay. That was July 10th. So that's still, that's, go to Kerr County, which would be the next one over to the left. Up. Kerr's right there. One of them's Kerr. There. That's it right there. That's where most of it to Kerrville and stuff.
I wonder if I can get a historical map like from a month ago.
But no, I do not think. First of all, prayers to all those families.
Yeah,
that's a
awful.
terrible, terrible deal. We went through that.
We sent Reese to
That's what I was fixing to talk about.
Church camp a week later. Reese told us if we get 5 inches of rain, come get him.
And he meant it.
He did. But yeah, you drop your kid off thinking they're going to have this great time, make a bunch of friends, and be safe, and have this great magical experience, and then the river rises between 3 and 4 a.m. and nobody's watching it.
And
I don't know how. I know that this river funnels into a lake, and then that lake eventually funnels into the Gulf. I don't know if that's where they're trying to recover bodies, but there's just so much sediment that
they'll never find.
I mean, they'll never find them all.
Some of these kids will never get found, and that's horrible. And adults. Yeah. I mean, there's missing parents. I mean, Pat Green, the singer, he lost his little brother, wife, and his nephews.
Right.
I mean, this affected all kinds of people. It's sad when I see people get on these people on a computer that are so tough. Like, well, Texas deserved that, and you voted for this, and Trump took away the NOAA and all that. That had nothing to do with it. Even Austin's NOAA's come out and said we had 2 extra people on. We warned the area. The problem.
That's what doesn't make sense is I've seen that also on like the timestamps. They told everybody like 12 hours in advance, you need to get out.
Yeah, I don't want to speak out of turn on this because I'm very, very, very sympathetic to these people. It hurts my heart. I mean, that was one of the nicest things up north is people all, when we were from Texas, would say, I'm very sorry to hear about what's going on down there. I think sometimes they think Texas is like a county.
Yeah,
like we all just live neighbors. I mean,
6 hours away.
Yeah. And I would say thank you very much. And I appreciate that. And we appreciate you praying for them because it's hard. But supposedly, and then this is a big supposedly, and I do not want to trash this guy because I would hate to be him. The man that owned that camp supposedly was told there was deal, and he went to his office, and they went down and looked at the river and stuff, and it hadn't come up yet that much. It was up, but not enough to wake a bunch of kids up and move them around.
Right.
I'm sure that's what he was thinking. We get in these flood warnings all the time, blah 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 blah. Well, that thing came up 45 feet in like 30 minutes.
It's between 3 and 4 a.m.
Yeah, and those kids were sleeping. And I'm sure when he realized it was too late,
it's too late.
It was too late. They said if they would have left their cabins 15 minutes earlier, they had about a 6-minute walk, and every one of them would have been on high ground.
Wow. And then I mean, like, how do you see the headwaters? It's in the middle of the night. Like, how are you gonna where do you I mean, do you just keep driving until you see that? Oh yeah, fuck, this is an issue.
And if you had a Verizon cell phone, it don't work down there because when I leave Abilene, Texas, and I go south to San Antonio, when I get about 15 miles out of Abilene, my cell phone works again in Fredericksburg.
Right.
I mean, there's no service down there. It's all AT&T. And if you have Verizon, your phone don't work down there very well. I mean, there were people camping and paying attention. I mean, it was a just a horrible situation. But I think it was an act of God. But I think that a lot of it has to do with we have built so many properties. You can't go to a river or a lake. Down there's some ranches, so there's not houses all along the river. But when you get to those towns, I'm going to just use Wimberley and Kerrville and all them towns that are down there in rivers, there's houses on every bit of it. Well, that's extra concrete.
Right.
And the water, and it's all rocky down there. I mean, you can get 2 inches of rain down there and flood. Mm-hmm. It's just nowhere. I mean, it's all rock, and it's a horrible deal. There's not an answer to it. The same flooding happened in North Carolina.
So that's what's weird. We're seeing historic flooding all across America right now. North Carolina, Florida, Illinois. I just saw New York City. The subway was flooding. Like, this is happening everywhere.
Concrete. There's nowhere for the water to go. I mean, you talk about Chicago flooded the other day. Would they get 8 inches of rain?
I don't know.
If they'd got 8 inches of rain in 1850, there wouldn't have been a flood.
But don't you think that it's just weird that we have this historic flood in Texas and now every corner of America is witnessing flooding? Or are we just paying attention to it now?
It's the same rain system.
Huh?
It's just the same rain pattern we've been in. We've had a cutoff. The highs have been cut off way up north and just setting. So all this rain stuff's here. You got moisture. It rained at my house yesterday again. It's July, 13th, 14th, 15th? July. Half through July, and we had a little rain shower yesterday. Not much of one.
But is it just because we're paying attention to the flooding, or is this abnormal?
I think we're in a wet
It's everywhere.
We're in a wet season. This is a wet year. But that's what I'm saying. It's July 15th, and we got rain. We didn't get a flooding rain, but it rained again. It's raining in Abilene
Lubbock
now. Yeah, Lubbock flooded. But Lubbock can get 2 inches of rain and flood.
We do.
I know.
But
That's what I'm
just
saying.
that it's happening everywhere.
Well, we're in a wet season, and once it starts raining, you've got a lot of moisture on the ground, and when you got moisture, you get more rain. I don't.
It's weird.
It's global warming. It's this. It's that. We had a mini ice age in the 70s. I don't. It's weather. Now we're fixing to be dealing with a big volcano, probably.
What?
Oh yeah.
Where's this at?
The big active. Up in the Ring of Fire up there. They're getting active. They said.
Oh Lord of mercy. We just can't catch a break.
Well, it hasn't happened. But
Send Trump.
But they
put that in the big beautiful bill.
But they say that there's a lot more seismic activity in Yellowstone, and
that's a super volcano.
Well, it doesn't mean the super one's going to come.
It might,
but
doesn't mean it's not.
But just you talk about a weather change, and this is a waterfowl podcast, but we do a lot of other things. You get a volcano to erupt like Mount St. Helens in September or October.
Yeah.
And that changes the whole game. The ash fallout went all the way to Kansas City, like 3 or 4 inches of ash on the ground.
Yeah.
And I was young when the volcano happened, or the volcano happened, but I don't remember much about it. But that Ring of Fire is active right now. They've been telling you the Yellowstone thing has been due to go off for 1,000 years.
Forever.
So if it goes, it goes. But I think the rain was an act of God. I really do. I don't think that it was a man-made situation. I don't think you can cloud seed that much.
They had done it 2 days before.
Yeah, but they do it every day. That cloud seeding shit goes on every day. Midland, they've been doing it forever.
I'm asking ChatGPT if the super volcano goes off, like where would it be? Oh my goodness.
You would wipe out most of the United States.
We're done.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Acid rain. Crop failure due to sunlight. Blocked sunlight. Ash suffocation. Livestock die-off. Dust Bowl leaven famines. U.S. Corn Belt could lose.
There would be no corn for a year.
Well, that's what it's saying, for a year.
Yeah. I mean, it would be...
Volcanic winter. Temperatures will drop globally 5 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 to 3 years. Snow in the summer, shortened growing seasons, global famine. Could trigger a mini ice age. Economic collapse. GDP down 20% in the first year. Wall Street shuts down. Supply chains break. Mass migration.
Okay,
we are so far.
I'm gonna go back to the rain.
Leave right now. Acid rain or
rain.
Okay, not
okay. We get on average about 23 inches of rain a year. Okay, since January 1st, so 6 months into this is the 7th month right now. Halfway through the 7th month, Seymour's had 27 inches of rain. Mundy's had 25. Lake Davis 25, the Lodge 25, Rochester 24, my house 24, Jake's 24, Clark 24, the lake. So 22, 21, 19, 15. Lubbock's had 13 inches of rain. Hobart's had 15. That's in the year to date. Yep. In the last year to date, 365 days, Seymour's had 34 inches of rain. Rochester 34. Wichita Falls 34. Mundy 33. Haskell 31. So we're all above rain. Kerrville 29 inches of rain in the last year. They've had less than all of us. Year to date.
But they got 18 on one night.
Year to date, Kerrville has only had, it depends where you're at, 20 inches of rain.
Right.
So every one of them's different. It is different.
I tell you what still has me concerned. And I wish I was smart enough to figure this out. The pole reversal. Our North Pole is migrating right now.
It's moving south. Does that make us colder or hotter? Or does it have any effect on that?
I don't think it has any effect on that, but I just think I just don't know what's going to happen whenever it does switch.
It's been moving forever.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it moves 50, 60, 70 miles a year sometimes.
But it switches often. North Pole be dominant and then the South Pole
How often is that? You said it's often. 1,000 years?
No, way more than that.
See, that's what I mean. A timestamp of it happens often is not in our lifetime. It's probably not going to happen, but somebody's lifetime, it's going to happen.
I'll ask ChatGPT. I'm about out of Poles do reverse, but not on a regular schedule. Here's what we know. On average, about every 200 to 300,000 years. It is highly irregular. Sometimes it's 50,000 years. Sometimes it's 1,000,000 years. We just don't know. The last time that we knew that the last full reversal was the Bruns-Matuyama reversal. Happened 780,000 years ago, which means we are long overdue.
Don't know what to tell you. If it happens, it happens.
But I just don't know what
It'd
it's
wipe
gonna
out
do.
society.
It could.
It would.
Maybe not.
How can you take that kind of speed and stuff without wiping everything out? Does the ground shift?
It says that it doesn't flip overnight. That's a good thing.
So are we going through it right now and we just don't know it?
Maybe.
I think it moved 140 miles last year.
It moved a bunch. It moved a lot. And then like if you look at the pyramids in Egypt, they have there's a level on them where water used to stand. Like lapping of the waves have eroded a certain part of the pyramids.
So the pyramids were in the Nile River at one time?
They were underwater.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming it would be in the Nile.
Except for the tip or the ocean.
Well, it could be that too, I guess.
Except for like the tip top. If you look at it, the erosion is right down there. And they say it's from water erosion.
Well, if the water
lapping-
went that far up on the pyramids, I would say there would be nobody left in Egypt alive.
Right? Let me see if I can find it.
Well, this has sure turned out to be a very deep conversation today.
It's weird, man. Pyramids. Right here is the water erosion. That's the line.
But do they think that came from...
Water.
No. I mean, do they think it comes from being in a river? Was there a lake there at one time, or was it from the ocean?
Be a big fucking lake. Surrounding structures with some research indicates as much earlier construction dates than traditionally accepted. The erosion patterns, particularly the vertical fissures and undulated profile, are argued to be consistent with prolonged rainfall rather than wind and sand erosion. So why wouldn't it be on all of it?
I don't know.
So
That's crazy. Erosion maybe played a deal. I do not know. I don't know much about the pyramid. I've never been big pyramid person anyway.
my TikTok just targeted me for
And
this.
started putting all this on
Started
you.
putting this hex on me. So now I lay in bed thinking about the world ending.
Well, it's going to end one day.
What? I don't know.
Well, you can't control that. If you go to bed every night worrying about the world's going to end,
TikTok gets me, Jeff.
That
It puts irrational fears in my head.
I would worry about more of having an aneurysm and dying than I would of the.
Those scare me to death too.
That's what I would bother me.
They just
You
no,
can't,
son.
You can't live your life in fear of dying.
I can.
Why?
How tall is the pyramid? It is 451 feet tall.
It's only 45 stories.
Apparently,
I figured it was bigger than that.
that's a lot of water.
I'm afraid now. Do you think I'd be underwhelmed if I seen them? Like Mount Rushmore was very underwhelming.
I have no desire to go see the pyramids.
I don't either because I don't want to go to the Muslim world.
And they say that's all it is. Like you just get hit up the entire time you're there.
Well, yeah, it's a tourist trap.
Like
Exit through the gift shop, please.
not just that, just like panhandlers and.
It's a third world country.
I need Aaron Moore with me if I ever do go.
They
visit it.
wash their hands with their
He'd be the one.
their ass, their hands.
He'd be the one to tell the guy to piss off. So anyway, that's what TikTok's been. Yeah, okay. So here we go. There's that. Compared to stuff we know, Big Ben, 316 feet. That goes to about the top of the water erosion. No, probably the Statue of
So
Liberty.
it's a third of the size of the Empire State Building.
I guess.
Is about what it is. It's the same size as I don't know. TC's football stadium might be taller than it. I think it's real tall.
45 feet tall?
I think 450 feet.
45 stories tall?
Look it up. I think TC's football stadium's taller than that. I'm just using it for a focal point.
Don't know how to be any more clear than that. And
what's it say?
Does not have a public.
Just look at the Wikipedia on it, and it'll show it right there on the Wikipedia. On the right, there'll be a little.
That doesn't look that tall.
Surface, grass. Well, fuck, I'm going to have to look the damn thing up then.
I don't know how to be any more clear than that, and that's what it gave me.
Oh, shit, I'm going to look it up. Because now it's got me concerned.
Why would it? It's not that tall. It looks like a high school stadium.
No, it's not. It's tall.
It looks like Memorial Stadium in Wichita Falls.
No, it's not. Okay. It's 206 feet tall. So it's not. It's half the height.
Half the height.
So it's 20 stories.
Not even close.
Nope, not. So it's whatever's 450 feet. I can't, but it's 45 stories tall.
Right.
That tower next to my house is about 40 stories high.
Probably.
I think it's 400 foot. It's a 400-foot tower. So there you go.
Yeah.
And that's all. See, some things are underwhelming. Like Mount Rushmore to me was very underwhelming. I thought it was going to be huge. No. It is big, but it's not as big as the pictures. No, from the pictures and stuff, it looks just absolutely like the whole side of the mountain, and it's not.
I don't have any desire to go there.
To TCU? To
Mount
pyramids?
Rushmore. Mount Rushmore. Nope, I don't want to go. You ruined it for me. I'll stay here.
Well, I would go see it again.
Nope. Waste of time.
Let's talk about. We've got hunting shows coming up.
We do.
We've got hunting season coming up.
Yep.
The duck numbers. We're going to get a guy on here into the next month, or in the middle of next month, and we're going to go over all the duck numbers because the duck numbers are down. They say. I think 3 pintails is ridiculous.
Yep.
I think pintails should be 2 drakes, no hens. We talked about this a couple of days ago on a podcast. Let's talk about Boston.
Okay.
We went to Boston in Maine last week. Food was phenomenal. Ate lobster. It always is. Lobster rolls are absolutely amazing. Went to Red's and Wickasat, which is one of the most famous lobster roll places. Had a really cool story. The lady that it opens at 11:30. We thought it opened at 11. So we were coming through town about 10:45 or 10:50. We thought we'll get in line and get a lobster roll. Mm-hmm. Got in line about 11:15. I'm like, God dang, I figured these people would be on time opening. It's getting to be a long line. And the lady in front of us, we were third in line. She goes, oh, it opens at 11:30. I was like, well, crap. We had 15 more minutes. So they opened right at 11:30. The lady that owns the shop, her dad started it. She was talking to the people in front of us were from New Hampshire. And she knew them. They went there a lot. Really nice couple. Visited with them a lot. And she told them, she goes, yeah. She goes, she was talking about somebody, and I was kind of eavesdropping. And she said, yeah, they pulled up in a limo there, and everybody in town was looking to see who it was. So then it really piqued my interest a little bit. And I was listening, and she said, the lady behind her goes, who are y'all talking about? So I was like, thank God someone asked, because I was wanting to. She goes, oh, Tom Cruise was here.
Ah.
And he'd came, and this was a long time ago. He was his younger years. And he was in a limousine. They were filming a movie somewhere over there. Pulled up in a limo, and everybody in town. And the dad was waiting on him. And he got some lobster rolls and got a hot dog or two. And said, that's a nice kid right there. I don't know what he's doing in a limousine. And she goes, Dad, do you know who that is? He goes, no. She goes, that's Tom Cruise. He goes, I don't know who that is. But anyways, the food was excellent. It was $36 for a lobster roll.
Inflation.
Three lobsters were on it. No, it was enough that 2 people could eat just one lobster roll. But we stopped at a little town we were driving through, and they had a lobster dock there, and they were unloading the boats. It was right on the dock. So we got out and took some pictures and visited. Really nice people. $8 for a lobster. $8 a pound.
Mm-hmm. That makes more sense.
And if you live there, and I held a 2-pound lobster.
Yeah.
And then I held one that was about 3.5 pounds. That's a lot of lobster.
Yeah.
But it was a lot more affordable there. They're making money on them places.
They get you.
But boy, the food was.
They see you coming.
The food was outstanding. We went to a real Italian bakery in Boston. Had to wait at 9 o'clock at night. There was a 30-minute wait to get in there. They had cannolis. They had dessert. I love Boston. Boston's such cool. So much history there. I feel safe in Boston. I never feel safe in New York City anymore. I don't feel safe in Dallas, but I feel safe in Boston. And but I met a lot of people from all over the place, and they all talked about the Texas flooding. You know, and back to that guy that put that camp on. I feel sorry for that guy. Don't matter what he did was the wrong choice.
Yeah.
And I had read that they had fought to be zoned where they weren't in a flood zone. And I don't know if that's true or not. But man, insurance is so ridiculous, and flood insurance. And those people have been on them banks, like you said, 1987. That was 40 years ago. That was the last time they had a flood.
And then it happened again in 1938.
So they've had
But the one in 38 came from, and you're probably right about the concrete, 38 inches of rain caused it to do it in 38.
Had 38 inches of rain?
Yep.
Must have been a hurricane that got, I'm betting it was a hurricane then. That's usually your big range you get. And that area right there typically will have about every 10 to 20 years we'll have a hurricane situation. Remember when Houston flooded a couple years ago? The hurricane went into San Antonio, then went over and it stuck over by Houston, was become a cutoff, and it rained all, and it flooded all of Houston.
Yeah.
Floods aren't nothing new.
No.
The flash flooding is what does it. I mean, how many years has it been since the Mississippi flooded from a bunch of snowfall and stuff? It happens. It's you know, if you live in a floodplain, about every 10 years, you're going to get a flood.
1987 killed 10 teenagers near Comfort. And then it was 1932. I think I said 1938.
So 32, 87.
21, 32, 87, 98. I don't remember 98. 1921, a hurricane brought intense rain to the region. 32, doesn't say what happened. 1987, a church camp outing turned tragic when flash flooding swept away buses attempting to cross low water crossing. 10 teenagers died. 1998, following a heavy rain event, the Guadalupe flooded.
There was an article in Peterson's Hunting or Sports Afield or Texas Monthly, or something back when I used to read magazines all the time. Story on a guy that was on a deer lease, went deer hunting, went to his place, rain, thunderstorms came up. He had to spend the night in the deer lease on his deer blind, up in a tree because it was flooding everywhere.
Yeah,
and talked about he almost froze to death in like October from bow hunting, but it got cold and he got wet and he couldn't get warm, and it happens. This is just a really tragic event. It rained last night at Campwood because there's a lady from Knox City we're friends with. They live in Campwood now, and she put on her Facebook last night. I saw it this morning, like 11 o'clock. She goes, "It's raining all night. It's going to be a long, long night because there's nowhere for that water to go."
Yeah,
and things copycat. If you remember, hurricane that hit New Orleans, there's another one hit right next to it, just a month later.
Yeah. Yep. Before we get out of here, I did watch Quarterback. Hard transition, but I did watch Quarterback. Kirk Cousins, a little bit selfish, man.
That's what you said yesterday.
Hurt his shoulder week 8 or 9.
I haven't watched it yet. Is it worth watching?
It's good.
Because
women drive me absolutely bonkers.
The wives?
Oh, my God.
Kirk Cousins' wife seemed like a nice lady.
So the whole time he was saying this, I was envisioning Any Given Sunday. Do you remember Any Given Sunday?
I don't remember anybody's wife.
You got Dennis Quaid. Holly played his wife. She was in Dumb and Dumber. She was a hot lady in Dumb and Dumber. Anyway.
Any Given Sunday. Is that the one? No, I'm thinking of the one
Willie
with
Beeman.
Draft Day is what I'm thinking of.
With Willie Beeman.
Got the girls creaming or whatever it was.
Yeah. So it's Dennis Quaid. He's the old wily veteran. He ruptures a disc. Willie Beeman comes in. But anyway, Dennis Quaid starts working back to playing. And he's like, he tells his wife, "I can't play. My rehab didn't take over."
Oh, she's wanting him to play to make that money.
You're fucking playing. You are,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, and I'm not going to put up with this bullshit. You're the captain. You're going to play. So the whole time, Kirk Cousins was kind of going through a spiel of hurt my shoulder, hurt my collarbone, hurt my elbow, like the whole right side of me. I just didn't have it. He said, but I know that if you sit out 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks, you might not have a job when you come back. He said, that's one thing Drew Brees told me, is he tried his best to never let his backup see the field. So the whole time Kirk Cousins telling me this, it shows his sweet, innocent wife, and I'm just thinking, number one, Kirk Cousins, I think he could be a serial killer. He's too nice.
He's Jordan Carter from Knox City.
He's too nice of a guy.
He's a kid from Knox City.
Gets his hair done at Sports Clips. Great family man. I pictured Dexter. I just picture he's got a lair in his basement where he's putting plastic wrap on the walls and shit. But the whole time I'm just thinking, is she telling him not to sit down? Because they said, had we known that Penix was going to get drafted, we would have stayed in Minnesota.
Well, that I agree on.
Because they said when all that stuff was going on, they went to Minnesota and they said, we have a 4-year commitment from another team. Are you willing to give us 4 years? And they said no. And they said, okay, we're going to go to Atlanta. And then number 8 pick in the draft, Michael Penix. So they said had they known, they would have stayed with Minnesota and McCarthy.
Well, Sam Darnold's appreciative of that.
Oh yeah, he's got him a big contract. So anyway, but yeah, so
what are the quarterbacks that are on it?
Jared Goff, Joe Burrow, and Kirk Cousins. And then it shows everything. Like it shows the benching and
Jared Goff's on a new commercial now where he plays like
his wife makes me fucking want to just throw something at the TV.
Is she a smoke show?
Yeah, but she drives me crazy.
I'm gonna have to watch it just because it give me something to do.
She drives.
Who else is on there?
Just Kirk Cousins and Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow ain't got a girlfriend.
No, he's just banging Instagram models in private.
So
shows his apartment.
He grew up really poor, I think. Because I saw their house on draft day, and it was nothing. I mean, poor may be a bad word. He just didn't grow up in an upper class.
His mom was a teacher, and his dad was a coach.
Yeah, just a middle class. Yeah, I mean, when I say poor, I don't mean poor. I grew up poor, so he has more money than me.
Floors or anything,
no, but he didn't grow up with a lot of extras in life.
He did summer league and everything else. I mean, he just had a normal childhood. 6'2" his freshman year. 6'2", 155 pounds or something.
Kid's badass.
Yeah, he is.
One of the best to ever play the game. So anyways, what's he like in real life? Or does he seem to be? Fun-loving party guy?
Nope. Boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind of a nerd?
Yeah.
I think a lot of them quarterbacks are.
Big nerd. Likes dinosaurs. Well, I mean...
Likes dinosaurs.
Likes dinosaurs.
Is he wanting to buy a Batmobile or something?
He was until his house got broken into, and then he said it would cause too much attention to him, so...
Smart guy there.
Pulled his...
But Kirk Cousins is a nerd.
Big nerd.
And so you're saying that Joe Burrow's a nerd?
Yep.
Is Jared Goff a nerd?
He doesn't. I would say yeah, probably, but he doesn't really come across nerdy in it. He comes across normal, but I think he's a nerd.
I think it's funny because I think we've seen a flip on the quarterbacks because 20 years ago the quarterbacks were all pussy hound party guys.
Oh yeah,
type guy, and I think nowadays you're seeing him to be more like Andrew Luck was a nerd,
big nerd,
and I think that
Aaron Rodgers is a nerd.
Yeah. Brock Purdy's just a kind of a country boy nerd. Nothing. I mean, when I say nerd, just not real.
Kyler Murray. I don't think
they're not over socialized guys like the running backs and wide receivers. I think the wide receivers have kind of replaced that as the party guys that just have fun. But
Kyler Murray's big into video games. I don't know anything about C.J. Stroud. I'm just trying to go off the list here. Trevor Lawrence seems like he would be normal guy, pussy hound, except he's married now. Yeah, most of them are nerdy.
No, Russell Wilson was not liked by his teammates because I don't think he was a real social guy either.
Right.
I mean, I don't. It's just weird how they flip. Patrick Mahomes doesn't seem to be a big party guy, and his wife is a pain in the ass, and so is his brother and his dad.
But it's just it's just like anything. You get the cameras rolling, and it's like, are you doing this because you know the cameras are on you, or is this how you are all the time? And that's where I have a hard time with the wives.
Kirk Cousins seems like he's legit the whole time. Just a regular nerdy guy. Nice guy. Really a nice guy. But he's right about the injury deal, though.
And then, like, you see they bring people into their suite or whatever to watch them play games, and they're all acting like fools. And it's like, are you really this way, or are you just here because Netflix is here? Is this how you're doing this, because Netflix is here? Kirk Cousins has his boys all come together, and they go to one game a year, and, like, this is the year that they, like, blow everything out. Like, just they do this year bigger and better than ever before, and it's like,
these all guys he hung out with in high school and stuff.
They've done it every year. So they pick one. They pick one weekend in the season. They go to him. They go see Kirk. And
are these his college friends or his high school friends?
One's his brother, and I think the other two are high school friends.
So just old time, and he pays the bill, I guess.
They've done it for 13 years now.
Do you think he's
Roy Rogers every for the meal?
Huh?
Roy Rogers, the drink.
What is that? I forgot.
It's like a Shirley Temple, I think.
It's
Cherry
with
and Coke.
Yeah. So, do you think he's a pick up the tab kind of guy?
I don't know, man. He's getting his hair done at Sports Clip or at Great Clips.
And he's making $40 million a year.
Yeah.
I think he's made $200 million in his career.
Yeah. He's done well. He's done well. Now he's going to be a backup this year.
And he won't be. Either he beats Penix out and is their starter, or someone gets hurt on a contender and they trade for him.
Now that might happen.
That's what's happening. I don't think he's the backup all year long. I think he ends up, if Penix is really, really, really good, which is I hope for Atlanta's sake they are, they deserve that. I think that Kirk still will get. I think Kirk will not be an Atlanta foul. He'll either be their starter or he'll be traded, because every year somebody gets hurt and he's a legitimate guy to go get.
I just felt bad for him. He's like, it's been 10 years since I've ran scout team defense.
Well, that happens.
No, I know. I mean, 100%.
He's had a hell of a career, and
just a big blow to the ego. You know, you go, it's overnight.
Yep.
It's you started this week, and Tuesday at practice,
you're not starter anymore.
I need you to run scout team defense if you're comfortable with it. He's like, I'll do whatever I need to do for the team.
Yeah, I saw the GM for the Falcons was talking, and he said that he says it cost us $10 million more to keep him here, but he said we're on the hook for $27 million. We might as well pay $10 million, and we've got him.
Right.
And he's still you never know what's going to happen.
Penix could get hurt.
Yeah, and he may just have a phenomenal. He's coming. That's a year. The ACL and the Achilles takes 1 year to get over with. And if you remember, Aaron Rodgers started out pretty slow last year. By the end of the year, he's comfortable again. Yeah. Well, Kirk Cousins' injury was 2 or 3 months later.
Yeah.
So he's 2 or 3 months behind that. So he may, I don't know, but you're also 40-something years old.
Yeah.
So
good show. I'd give it a watch.
I'll probably watch some of it. I'm ready for football. I guess training camp's already started for some teams, and we'll start having the first Hard Knocks will be on probably in 2 weeks.
Maybe a little longer than that. We're 2 weeks and 2 days. 2 weeks from Thursday from the Hall of Fame game.
And it's Buffalo. Okay.
No, it's Detroit and
Buffalo's the Hard Knocks team.
Yep.
Who's your me and Payne had this discussion the other day.
Quickly, and then I got to go get beat up.
Your first pick. Who do you have if you get the first pick in the draft? You take Saquon?
No, fuck. In our league, a super flex league?
Yep.
No.
Who you taking?
Quarterback.
Who are you going to take?
I hope I don't have that pick.
Everybody says that. If I got the first pick, I'm probably going to take a running back just because there's so very few of them.
Well, you would be wrong.
I would be wrong, huh? Okay. Well, I would take Saquon if I had the first pick.
14 teams.
I understand. I've been in the league for a long time.
14 teams. There's 32 teams in the NFL.
Yes.
Which means there's 30 on any given week. I'm going to do the quick math for you. There's 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Unless there's a bye week.
We can start 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 28 are going to get taken.
Yes.
For sure.
All 32 will be gone. And probably a couple backups.
35 will probably get taken. If you pick Saquon at pick number 1 and 5 quarterbacks get taken conservatively, be more like 6 and 6, you're looking not good when it comes back to you.
I understand. I've done this many times.
Well,
I've won the championship more than you have.
I'm just making sure that you know your math. If I have the first pick.
If I'm taking a quarterback first pick, I'm taking Joe Burrow. I'm taking Joe Burrow because he's got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. They throw the ball a lot. Their defense sucks.
It's between Josh Allen and Joe Burrow.
My biggest
because like you said, if you can get a great quarterback, Jared Goff was this way, Matthew Stafford was this way, a high-powered offense with a shitty defense, you got to score 35 points every week to win. That's great. Joe Burrow, I don't know.
They're going to throw the ball.
They are.
He might set if he stays healthy, he could legitimately set the record for all-time passing yards in a year.
But it's between Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson scares me because he runs so much, and I'm just afraid that injury is going to come. He hasn't. Every year I've been wrong on him. I think I had him 1 year, but most years I'm wrong on him just because his running scares me. The sophomore slump for Jaden Daniels scares me. Number one pick.
I would not take him with first pick. I would be scared to death to take him in the top 5.
Now, if I've got like pick number 5 and I can just pick whoever's left from that, because I think that's the top tier is Josh Allen, in no order, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Those 4 kids, those 4 guys.
Who's the 5th one? It's Jalen Hurts.
I don't think he's, I think.
He's 5.
I think once those 4 go, you look at another position.
I would be scared to death to take Jaden Daniels.
So I hope I'm somewhere. I hope I just get to pick whoever's left.
I love Jaden Daniels. I'm a Redskin fan.
Don't take him.
But I won't. I will not.
It'll ruin your year.
Unless it's late first round but otherwise. And I'm going to tell you right now, I can't wait for the guy to take Patrick Mahomes in the top 5. Great quarterback, but not a great fantasy quarterback no more.
He hadn't been.
He has not been. And so somebody take him, and someone else is going to take Brock Bowers in the first. And Brock Bowers is going to have a good year, but that sinks your team. Boy, if you take a tight end in the first round, especially in our leagues, you can't do that. These one quarterback leagues that people are in, you can do that. And you can take a quarterback in the 7th or 8th round. You can't do that in our Superflex leagues. It's quarterback heavy.
Go early.
So, anyways, you go get your ass whooped rolling. Go ahead and let people know I am a white belt now, right, Andy?
You are a white belt now.
I don't know how about all that, but I have went.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I don't know. Well, just because you go to two deals, you're considered a white belt.
Yeah.
I think it's more like an invisible belt.
It's what you wear.
Well, but they should have a standard for you to have to go do something enough to be considered any belt.
I think it's blue belt. I think it's the colored belt.
Is when it counts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
think white belt. You're just a peon.
I don't see me ever moving up to a different colored belt.
So,
but I have enjoyed doing this, and I'm gonna tell everybody right now: if you're fat and old, if you go to jiu-jitsu, I never thought I would say this. I've really enjoyed it. It's a great exercise and workout, and you don't until you wrestle with a little 16-year-old Mexican kid that's retard strong for 5 minutes straight. Having him try to tap you and you try to tap him, you don't know what kind of workout you've been into.
It's tough.
It is a lot more exercise than I really realized. Because you watch on TV and some bitch is over in 15 seconds.
It's tough.
And if I wrestled somebody really good, it would be over in 15 seconds because they would whip my ass. But it is a young man's sport. But I'm telling you, all people, if you can get up and move around a little bit, you need to do it. I'm glad I've been doing it.
Good.
And I really have enjoyed it. And I'm sore as hell.
We've got a really good gym. There's not really any ego. Everybody is there. Everybody is so excited when other people get better. And I realize that not every gym is like that. And I realize that there are probably jiu-jitsu gyms that are toxic and full of ego. And our place is not like that. We've got a very, very good group of guys that go every week, and everybody there legitimately just wants to see everybody else at their best and get better and grow and just, you're super proud.
It's been very positive. I mean, I was really, that way. I thought, God, here's an old fat white guy coming here going to making fun of me. And it wasn't that way.
No, not at all.
That's the same reason a lot of people don't like go to gyms and work out because I think everybody's judging you and looking at you and shit. I got more respect for a fat old guy. I see walking.
Yeah.
Like I saw a big dude up north walking one day, and I'm telling you, this dude weighed 400 pounds and he was huffing and puffing. And he may have only walked one block, but you know what? He walked more than I did that day.
There's a lot of things for that. There's a lot of things I'll make fun of you about. Trying to be a better person is not one of them. And nobody that goes to this place is that way, because everybody is so terrible when they start.
Oof.
Everybody. Like it is everybody's had their first day, everybody's had their first roll, everybody's made mistakes, and you remember that. You remember being the new guy. You remember taking that leap of faith and walking in that door for the first time and being like, what have I got myself into? And then they go over a move and you're like, I can't do any of that. Like, none of this makes sense. So everybody remembers being the new guy and just how bad it sucks. And they just everybody just wants to see you do better.
It's been a very positive thing for me.
And people enjoy helping other people. So, yeah, I mean, the end result is getting you to tap, but if I can transfer knowledge to you, then that's what I want to do, because I remember a time when I wish somebody would have helped me, and they did. Like I said, we got a great gym and everybody just goes above and beyond to answer any questions and help you be better. But yeah, it's a great place. And I've told you that since March.
Yeah, I wish I'd have won a long time.
You didn't listen.
And I don't understand why. First of all, what man grew up not wrestling?
Right.
Jesus Christ. We wrestled and fought, me and Tony, every day, and it's good for me. All right, Andy's got to get out of here. God bless y'all. Thank y'all. Peace. Love you. Bye. Come see me at Squad Fest. Look forward to seeing y'all. Bye.
Go check out all our sponsors. Go check out Mitchell Chevrolet, Mallard Bay, Stanfield Outfitters, Mossberg, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Podcast, Shin Gear, Dirty Duck Coffee, Ducks Unlimited, Dive Bomb Industries, Pacific Calls. Use our promo code BHP25 and Boss Shot Shows.